Romania has drafted legislation for a brand new golden visa program that could open its doors to wealthy non-EU investors by the end of the year, and the details are pretty compelling. According to reports, the proposed program sets the investment threshold at €400,000. That's what you'll need to put down to secure a 5-year renewable residence permit. Now, what's interesting here is that Romania isn't forcing you down a single path. They've outlined 4 distinct investment routes, giving you real flexibility in how you deploy your capital depending on your investment strategy and risk tolerance. The first option is purchasing Romanian government bonds worth at least €400,000, and these need to have a minimum 5-year maturity. If you're more of a real estate person, you can buy property valued at €400,000 or more and hold it for at least 5 years. For those who prefer a more diversified approach, you can put your money into investment funds that are authorized by Romania's Financial Supervisory Authority. And finally, the fourth route involves purchasing shares in Romanian-listed companies, again with that €400,000 minimum threshold. But here's what really makes this program stand out from many others. There's no minimum stay requirement. You can maintain your Romanian residence status without actually living in Romania. That's a massive advantage for investors who want access to the European Union without having to uproot their entire lives or spend a certain number of days per year in the country. You get the benefits of EU residency with complete flexibility over where you actually spend your time. Now, Romania isn't cutting any corners when it comes to vetting applicants. You'll need to prove that your funds come from legal sources. You can't appear on any international sanctions lists, and security risk assessments are mandatory for everyone. The Romanian Intelligence Service, the Foreign Intelligence Service, and the National Office for the Prevention and Combating of Money Laundering will all have their say before any permits get issued. It's a thorough screening process, but that's actually a good thing because it protects the integrity of the program and makes it more likely to survive long-term without getting shut down like we've seen happen with other programs. One nice feature is that family members can be included under the same permit, so if you're looking to relocate with your spouse and children, this becomes a viable option for the entire family without needing multiple separate investments. Now let's talk about the path to citizenship, because this is where things get interesting but also a bit unclear. The draft law mentions that participants will have access to permanent residency after 5 years and the possibility of applying for Romanian citizenship under existing Romanian law. But the timeline isn't entirely clear at this point. Standard Romanian citizenship law requires 8 years of legal residence for naturalization. However, this period can be reduced by up to 3 years for applicants who demonstrate active participation in economic life, relevant educational achievements, cultural contributions, human rights promotion, social commitment, or voluntary work. What's not entirely certain yet is whether golden visa holders can apply for citizenship immediately after completing 5 years of residence, or whether they would first need to obtain permanent residency status before becoming eligible to apply for naturalization. This is something that will hopefully be clarified as the legislation moves through the approval process. Speaking of which, this proposal still has several hurdles to clear before it becomes law. It needs to pass through Romania's bicameral legislative process, likely starting in the Senate before moving to the Chamber of Deputies. Parliamentary committees including Economic Affairs, Legal, and National Security will all review the draft and potentially amend the text. The Constitutional Court might also examine the law, especially given its implications for EU law, residence rights, and security protocols. After parliamentary approval, the President has 20 days to sign or return the bill for re-examination. Once it's promulgated, the relevant ministries will issue detailed application procedures, fees, due diligence protocols, and monitoring requirements. It's worth putting this in context with what's happening globally. Romania's proposal comes at a time when we're seeing a real surge in new investor residence programs around the world. The Maldives announced its first investor visa program back in July, requiring roughly $250,000 in property investment. The Trump administration introduced the Gold Card Suite in February with permanent residence options ranging from $1 million to $5 million. Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan both launched golden visa programs earlier this year at $300,000 and $250,000 respectively. And the UAE expanded its existing Golden Visa program in October to include philanthropists supporting national endowments. Romania's initiative marks the fifth major residency by investment program launched in 2025. So what does this mean for you as a potential investor? For those seeking EU access, Romania presents a genuinely intriguing opportunity. The €400,000 threshold is competitive compared to other European programs. The no-stay requirement offers incredible flexibility that many other programs simply don't provide. And the potential path to citizenship, even though the timeline is still somewhat unclear, adds significant long-term value to the investment. Whether this program actually becomes reality depends entirely on how smoothly it navigates Romania's legislative process over the coming months. But if it does get approved in its current form or something close to it, Romania could position itself as a serious player in the investment migration market, offering a compelling alternative to more expensive programs in places like Portugal, Greece, or Spain. The key here is to stay informed as this develops. If you're seriously considering a Golden Visa program, Romania might offer you the best combination of affordability, flexibility, and long-term potential that we've seen in Europe in quite some time. If you want to reduce your taxes to single digits, make your assets impossible for anyone to touch, and gain more freedom with second citizenships, get in touch with Liberty Mundo and book a consultation call. We will help you develop a complete blueprint to organize your life to safeguard your wealth and your freedom. Follow the link in the description for more details. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.